Holy cow. Welcome to Donnie's Hangout Adventures and strange weather in the Midwest that you get. It wasn't supposed to be any rain. This ain't where I was originally going to shoot this while I was doing laundry. So I'm underneath of a bridge. That way my phone doesn't get too wet, even though you get blowing rain. So you know that I will get a little wet, but not too much wet. And I did a post on YouTube and Facebook. Yeah, YouTube, you can do that. I randomly do, so you never know. You might want to check that out, see if I do any, posts. And I talked about going to do about a new type of video. It's a new series I'm titling Why Did It Fail? And that can range anything from movies, TV series, wrestling, whatever it may be. I'll title it Why Did It Fail? And the first thing I knew I wanted to do way back when, months ago, I knew I wanted to do this type of video. But I didn't know what I wanted my first one to be. The first one is going to be of this series, that Why Did It Fail? It's going to be John Cena's heel turn and heel run. Why did it fail? Now, it's a top 5 list, 5 things of why I think it fell. Now, I don't want to make it a top 6 or a top 7, and one thing that it did miss the cut was the opponents. It really was the same old stuff, just vice versa. Instead of John Cena as a face, he was a heel, and he was still facing the same tired old opponents that he had faced in the past, like CM Punk, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, R-Truth, what have you. It was just basically the same opponents. I guess that's more of a nitpick more than anything else, and why the heel turn and run completely failed. Now I'm going to get into the top 5, and I will be surfacing back to Hogan's 96 heel turn and run quite a lot in this, so you better get used to that. And that's nothing to do because of his recent passing. No, it's nothing to do with that. It's just the timing of this video. Now, number 5, I wrote down what top 5 is going to be. Number 5, it's pretty straightforward. It's tough. John Cena was a face for 21 years, which is an incredible run as a face. And you're so used to being one way. You're so used to that one cut way you're a face. And man, it's really difficult to go from a face to a heel after 12 plus years, 21 years. Hulk Hogan in 1996, yes, he was a face for 12 years before he turned heel, and it took him time to get his footing. I don't think Cena ever got his footing, which we'll get more into. That it was, it's tough to do. It's incredibly tough to do. Now, number 4, you have to change or tweak your gimmick. This was a major problem from the start. John Cena's gimmick didn't change from when he was a face to when he turned heel. Could you imagine if Hulk Hogan did that in 1996? Never went to the black and white and stayed with the red and the yellow. Would it have worked? It would have failed. It would have failed miserably. You have to change your gimmick. I'm not saying Cena should have brought back the thugonomics and the music and even the belt, but maybe he should have. It might have worked better than doing the same tired old gimmick that you did as a face that you were also doing as a heel. And it just, another reason why the heel turn completely failed. Number 3, the first promo after you're turning heel is very important. It's very important. Hogan's, yes, important. Another example of that is The Rock. Right after he turned heel, that first promo, JBL, that first promo, you gotta sink them in. You gotta catch the crowd in and go, you know what? They have a point. What was Cena's first promo and the reason he turned heel? The invisible joke. can't see me. That's your reasoning for turning heel? I don't think him or the writers had jack shit on it, because they had nothing, and it was a complete and utter failure. That first promo, when you ready to turn heel or you're a face, first promo is important. That's where you hook the crowd, and that's where you go. Yeah, they have a point on why they turned face or heel. We never got that with Cena. We never got with that. Week after week, it was that joke, that invisible joke is the reason he turned heel. That's a big epic failure there. Number two, there was no build-up to the heel turn. This is crucial. This is very crucial. In 1996, again, the Hogan heel turn, we were wondering who the third man was. Another perfect example of this is HBK. I was thinking about this morning. Is when he was still partners with Marty Jannetty, and there was going to be a split, they pretty much, built up to that they were going to break up and somebody was going to turn heel in the barbershop. That happened. There was a build-up to the heel turn. There was no build-up. There literally was no damn build-up to this heel turn. It totally happened out of nowhere. Now I get it. Cena was on a retirement tour. They didn't have a lot of time to plan. Fine, so be it. But you could have started planting the seed at the Royal Rumble that he was going to turn heel. Maybe plant more seeds at the Elimination Chamber. Then at WrestleMania, boom, hook him. But nope. It literally just happened like that. It came out of nowhere, and there was no build-up for it. And oh boy, what's the number one reason that this heel turn? It was, why did it fail? Number one is a complete clusterfuck. It's a complete clusterfuck. And this, and I had to combine at least three things into one for the number one reason. Well, one, you had The Rock, who could be forgiven for this because he don't really do much of wrestling anymore. There was The Rock. And the Cody Rhodes thing, he wants Cody's soul. What was that all about? We do not know. That was immediately dropped after Cena turned heel. So that was an utter clusterfuck in and of itself. And everybody assumed they had planted the seeds for it. They didn't go through it. Everybody assumed Cody was going to turn heel, which never happened. And of course, the introduction of Travis Scott, that really messed things up even more. This guy's not, I'm going to get into Travis Scott more, but they were trying to make this like the NWO thing from 96. They got failed, epic fail. Travis Scott, on all reports, him being included into Cena's heel turn, sort of made the heel turn die almost instantly. Who is Travis Scott? I don't know. He's a rapper. I never listened to his music. I don't care to. But his inclusion into it, what was it, Elimination Chamber, and then WrestleMania he appeared. And even at WrestleMania, he busted Cody Rhodes' eardrum. And there was plans for SummerSlam for Cena and Travis Scott to go against Cody Rhodes and I don't know who. They had some kind of plans to do some kind of a tag team match, but that never worked out because Travis Scott wasn't put in the training for to train to try to become a wrestler. You got to at least try. Look at Logan Paul. He's done okay. He's done pretty well for what he's came from. Being a celebrity and all that. So you got to put the training in, and there was reports that Travis Scott did not put the work in at all, and he just thought I could play a wrestler, not try to train and just try to do it. But no, Travis Scott was an epic fail, and it was immediately dropped right after it, which was a bad sign of things to come for Cena's heel turn. Them including Travis Scott into Cena's heel turn shows how much they had in confidence in Cena. They had to include The Rock and Travis Scott. I could forgive The Rock. He's a Hall of Famer, so be it. You know, he's put in his time. But Travis Scott was just an epic foul, and no question, it was an epic foul. And there's many more reasons why Cena's heel turn failed, but I named the top 5 reasons I believe that it failed, and it was not going to work because of all the things that I list. You know what? That's pretty much it for this first episode of this. And if you have any ideas, something you want me to talk about on why it failed, post it in the comments. You know what? That's all for now.